Hey YouTube, Dusty here, and I'm excited to announce I have officially launched my Patreon page. If you like what I do, you can sign up for tiers like Saiyan, Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan Rose to unlock exclusive daily content. You can also unlock unique callers for my new Discord channel. Regardless if you become a patron or not, make sure you stop by and say hello. Hello everyone, Dusty here. I'm excited to announce that KitchenTableMeta is collaborating with Popo's Kitchen, a new site specializing in Dragon Ball Super singles. They have everything from Set 1 tournament promos to Union Force, and even Dash Pack promos. And if that wasn't enough, you can even trade in your old cards for credit. Do you have a playset of Sensu beans you're not using? Turn them into credit and buy that shiny Jiren. Don't forget to tell them Dusty sent you by using the code KitchenTableMeta at the checkout to save 10% on your entire order.
Hello guys, how's it going? And welcome to day 2 of coverage for the Dragon Ball Super Regional event here at Connecticut.
Yep.
I'm here with Chris McKinney, one of my buddies, to help me set everything up, get us all started today. We thought we'd do something a little different for the top 16 here and get you guys some dual coverage. So we're going to jump right into the game. We actually missed game 1 of the coverage because we're setting everything up, getting everything going. So we're going to jump into the game extremely quick here and get everything going. So they're shuffling up for game 2, so we're going to get it started. And we'll talk a little bit more about this matchup because it's super interesting once we get into the game. And that's the wrong one. All right, so David has, we have Dairon Roman, blue-green cell. We have David Rodriguez on red, playing blue-green cell as well. It turns out that both players are from Florida, right, Chris? You want to talk about that?
They're both from Florida. They play tested. They're playing the exact same deck. From what I understand, maybe a few cards difference. They have another buddy who came from Florida with them also. And he also top 16, I think they said. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's 3 of your teammates making it in the top 16. Pretty strong.
Yeah, which is the best case scenario as far as when you build it with a team, you're getting everything set up. You definitely want to be able to all make it to the top 16. So I'm glad they did that. But this is also kind of the worst case scenario for them. It really stinks that they
have to play
each other. You're wanting to do that in the finals.
Yeah, you want to be in the finals, just high-fiving, celebrating,
or at least top 4, so you guarantee one of them getting to the finals. But that happens. So it looks like we have a Cell's Birth here that came down.
Yeah, he's going to take it. Swinging in. Now, do you attack with Cell early on?
Yeah, because, what you want to do here is you want to make sure that you attack early with Cell. And the reason why is so that you can, make it so whenever they use TN,
right,
they
worse.
They go to 3 life instead of 4 life, yeah.
That makes sense.
And so that's kind of the meta game when you play against Cell, is you want to try to put pressure on him, just to turn 1, just to get him to 7. And he wants to, play early threats to stop, from going to 7. So, like, boost and stuff early is
yeah.
Awesome. All right, so let's take.
He's attacking. Looks like he's about to go to 6.
Yeah, I think Darren's just going to take this as well. Yeah, takes it, goes to 6. Gets Android 15 on that. Or 15.
It's early.
Android 17.
So we see a Cell come down using the Cell Rebirth or the Cell Birth. And I wonder, do you think he goes all the way up the chain?
I would say, it's so tricky with the Cell, because if you're going to play it this early, you want to go all the way up the chain.
Right.
But, because you want to really get value out of that 5-drop if you can, so you want to be able to kill something. And since Dairon has nothing on field, my guess is he's using it to go all the way up the chain so he can take away the cards he just gave him from attacking.
From attacking, yep. Looks like he's going all the way up. It's a big boy.
Yeah, there it is.
There he is. It's SPR too, so
that means it's better.
Just so much better, obviously.
Definitely. Stronger.
Because foily cards and promo cards make you better at the game.
Yeah, they're like spoilers on cars.
Yeah.
They can go faster. Family.
So now Dairon's going to have to be at 3 cards this early in the game. I mean, it stinks, but at least he hasn't awakened yet.
Right, exactly, yeah. And honestly, it is a huge advantage for David. Obviously, putting your opponent, especially when in a mirror match, down to less cards in hand.
What do you feel about attacking there with a mid Cell, and then having him get the 2 cards if he takes it, and then upgrading to the next Cell? So that's 2 more cards he knocks out of his hands.
That's actually a good point. That actually might be a good idea.
I just don't know, because I don't play Cell, so I'm not exactly sure how it's supposed to go.
That's absolutely, I think that's absolutely what he should have done.
Oh, here we go.
The revenge.
Dude, if he goes all the way up after being turned to 3 cards, that's pretty. Obviously, maybe he just kept Cell and both the androids. But that's pretty good for him.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
And he can awaken this turn, it looks like, right?
Because David's at 6, so you're right, he could actually just attack in here, knock him to 4, and then awaken.
Yeah.
Then
we'll see what he does.
Up the chain
up and then have him discard. Which is pretty neat.
Also, guys, remember if you have any questions at KitchenTableMeta in the chat, and we'll do our best to answer as many of them as we can.
So there we go. There's the Awaken, drawing 2. So now it's like the sell didn't almost happen.
Right, it's like,
it happened, but it wasn't as devastating as we were thinking before anyway.
Yeah, because the 5-drop killed it, you know, so you got value out of the 5-drop.
Yeah, that was maybe in the sell mirror. You don't want to be sell first. See, now he's attacking. Let's see. You know, this is the play we were talking about on the last turn. That's a better play. And then he's upgrading here.
If you are here to play Dragon Ball Super, it's the best auto.
Oh, there's the upgrade.
There it is. So it's very strange.
It's definitely, I think, the key to the mirror match. That's the thing you have to figure out is when is it best to use your cell? You know, you go up your chain. When is it? I think David was right. I think the only thing David did wrong is I think you're right. I think he should attack with the 5-drop first and try to get 2 more, you know, cards in his opponent's hand, or you know, worst case scenario. But actually, you know, I guess if you're his opponent, so if you're Dairon, like, you can assume that he's going to use the 7-drop and just use more cards out of your hand to survive, and then that way you get value out of the cards. If that makes sense, yeah.
Sure.
Maybe that's why he didn't do it. It's definitely a really cool meta, like a meta.
It's definitely a meta in your head. Like you could make them discard a bunch of cards to protect themselves, and then, you know, you never even had it. So
right, yeah. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
So we're 4-4 here. However, on the other side of the board, there is a
7-drop
perfect sell.
Yeah, we'll definitely say Dairon's.
But we have this turn here for David to see what happens.
Yeah, so he's attacking the leader, 15,000 and 15,000. They're both awakened. That's actually really fast. No TNs needed.
They just went for it. Ooh.
He's gonna take it. Go to 3. No.
Oh, he thought about it. He's like,
I'm not sure.
Well, he's tapped out of energy, so he would just have to defend by pitching combo cards, and he's just going to go and take the damage there.
Oh, that's one person.
And that was it.
We see a couple Jocko in Darion's hand. Also, guys, this is game 2. You know, I think Dairon, you know, sideboard in Jocko's to stop the TN shenanigans because it's really important to awaken as quick as possible in the cell, just as playing cell, and especially in the cell mirror.
Yeah. For me, that's a really weird turn for David. Maybe because he got knocked down to so few cards in hand. I mean, he's back up to like maybe 5 now, but he didn't progress his board at all. But I guess if he did, it would just get selled.
Right.
So it's very hard right now where he is. In this game.
With Big Daddy Cell here.
Yeah. I actually thought that guy was triple strike. Somebody swung against me, I had 3 life, and I couldn't defend. I was like, I guess it's game over. He's like, no, it's not game over. I was like, oh, I thought that guy was even better than he is.
Could you imagine if he was triple strike?
I thought it was. That's why, like, when he perfect settled on turn 3, I was like, how do I win? Then he's like, oh, it's only double strike. It's still pretty strong. Oh, he takes it both.
Go to 2.
Going to 2. Then he's swinging in with leader.
Oh, so Dairon's going to take a look at the drop area here, see what his opponent's doing. Again, guys, this is a good thing to do. You know, if you're not really sure if you should attack or not, take a couple seconds, take your time, especially the top 16 of the first ever regional event. You definitely want to take your time, make sure you're making the correct play.
And that's the thing right here. You know, you're battling your friend. You know the deck's in and out.
That's true.
You play tested each other probably countless times to where you're sick of playing each other, and then you get to top 16, and again you have to play the same deck against each other. I for one, I'm not the biggest fan of mirror matches.
I hate mirror matches.
Not like it just. Obviously, there are things like this happen where you perfect sell and then they just perfect sell over, and then you're just like stuck in this world of hurts.
This mirror match,
he's going for the win.
Oh, there's a double strike.
There's a double striking Champa. He is going for the win here.
That can't, well, I mean, I guess you're right. Because I'm thinking like David probably doesn't expect this, but he absolutely probably does expect this.
Yeah, he should expect it because they should know what's in it. He just dumped his entire hand. Can he defend?
It's counting this up right here. It's 15, 20, 25, 35, 45, 50, 60, 70, 70,000.
Is the Champas are 10?
Yeah, Champas are 10. Yeah. He's going to return.
Oh, he's going to return one Champa up.
Interesting call to return that Champa.
So yeah, he definitely knew about the double strike. So he has the double strike in his hand.
Can he get there? That's 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Which is, it's, nope, that was game.
That was game.
Jeez, that
was. It was Trunks at first, so it's like 25, 35. Jeez, man.
So he missed it by 5K, I think.
Yeah,
I think
that was so close.
He couldn't get through it.
It's like he couldn't defend it, I guess. He had no counters, so he had to let it through even though he knew that there was a double strike waiting in the wings. So honestly, that was a quick couple of games we've had so far. I mean,
especially for Cell, because like maybe it's just the way I build Cell.
Yeah.
I always assume Cell is going to be a slower match. It's going to be something that'll grind you out. They're going to use their ability to, it looks like these players are just using Cell to essentially discard your hands and then use his ability to essentially siphon through cards and get a good selection of cards.
So now it seems to me, again, I've never played the Cell mirror, but playing the first to play your big Cell in a match where they both play Cell, the evolution all the way up with the androids seems bad. It seems wrong. It seems scary because again they just go up to their second Cell, kill your Cell, and then they go to their big Cell, make you drop your hand.
Right.
So
definitely.
That's what I'm saying. It's so weird.
It's actually pretty exciting because, like I said, on my queue, I very much dislike mirror matches. Like I even play a deck I don't think is maybe not that great, just so I don't avoid mirror matches.
Yeah.
But this seems like actually a pretty fun mirror match. It seems like it's one of those things that has a lot of thinking. You have to really think through your opponent's plays, and skill really dictates what's going to happen, which is fantastic.
Besides Cell, what do you think their primary threat is? Like besides the perfect form Cell, do they have you can apply pressure with the androids, I guess, to try to force them into perfect selling, and then you perfect sell over top if you can even afford to do that. Because again, when they perfect sell, you get down 3 cards.
I'll tell you what, something that could happen is if you can put in threats like Kel. Kel would be a good threat because Kel draws you cards. It essentially helps you get back from the cell. Because essentially you go down 3 cards, you play Kel, attack, draw a card. So and then essentially you want to force your opponent to kill your threat with the 5-drop cell. And then you can use your 5-drop cell to kill their cell. And then now you've taken them off cell.
Sure.
Yeah, so that could be a cool part about this matchup is just trying to bait out that first cell and then try to, essentially exactly what Dairon did that match. Trade cell for cell and then take it over.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see here.
I think what David thought, and that's the thing that's so cool about this, is I think the thing is, okay,
he had to have. Actually, you're right. He has to have the 3 in his hand already. Well, he draws 1. But honestly, David did attack him and give him 2 more cards. With the way he did his line of play.
Yeah, so maybe David's play was okay. Maybe he just shouldn't have attacked.
Maybe he should have attacked with the smaller form.
Right.
Made him draw the 2 cards. Well, I don't know.
It's tough.
You're right. Maybe you don't attack because he still gets to choose from that lot to get to the 3 to make perfect sell. Right. So it is it's definitely a weird thing to be in. We're starting into the game.
Starting up, so we're going to switch over to the gameplay.
This is it. This is for all the
marbles.
So for home bragging rights, if you win this game, you will be, you'll be the Florida Dragon Ball.
Yeah. You go home, you're like, I destroyed my buddy.
Yeah, well, one of these two are going to be able to hold it over their friend's head for a while.
And they live in Florida, so that's a long car drive home.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so we have the cell card that reduces cell count by 2. I think it's the cost by 2, and we have the android. And this card right here makes the deck. I think.
Yeah,
like if you can't, it makes it so consistent. If you can't play that, like the deck becomes so much more inconsistent when it comes to building up the combo. I always am so sad when I see them play the android that searches the other androids.
Yeah,
because
a lot of times when I play Get Cell, I'm like, maybe they won't have the combo.
Right.
Maybe they won't have it. Maybe they won't get there. And then they play this guy out, and I'm like,
they're definitely there. Like the only thing they could be missing is actual cell.
You guys remember, we're not looking at the chat, so if you guys have any questions at KitchenTableMeta, we'll get to them right after the match. This is the last match of the top 16, so just tag at KitchenTableMeta, and we'll answer them as fast as we can. Ooh, smart.
See, I think that's really, I really like that because it allows him to, when he flips, he can auto kill something too, and it's I think. And he defends the attack.
Also, it's pretty smart. I think it's a mastery of
the attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it's a mastery of the matchup by David because you got to think, your opponent just played out the Doctor.
So Doctor.
Yeah, so you're probably getting celled this turn. So he's just pitching one of the cards just to get value out of it before.
Right.
So we got 6 to 7. Let's see what Dairon decides to do here. I think he's going to attack with cell. 10,000 and 10,000. And he's just going to take it.
Take and go into 5. It's the aggression from these cells is definitely different than what we were seeing.
Yeah, it's
day 1.
I definitely don't expect it because to me, you're just giving your opponent a better chance to have the cell combo.
Yeah, and it's letting them out of TM. Like it's letting them out of the lock because if Dairon would have taken the attack last turn, he would have been at 6. And then if he plays, but maybe they just side TN out. because they know that the opponent has
shoot.
Jocko. They're just like, I know what you have. Like, I'm not going to play into Jocko.
Yeah, this is such a unique matchup because, like you said, they both know their decks. And so usually whenever you're playing in these matchups and you're trying to sideboard, you're just like, I don't know what to do. I'm not sure what that my opponent might have in his deck. I'm trying to figure out. Also, something to remember, the top 16 decks were posted on ARG, so our opponents might be a lot more familiar with their deck
and
list.
you know, yeah, like you know exactly what they have, exactly what they can put in. You've probably played this against each other several times, even against other decks. So you know each other in and out at this point, and it's just mind games. Oh, so he eats the Android Pro. It was the Android promo, right?
That was the doctor. It was
underneath the cell. I mean, I'm talking about the card discarded under cell was the Android promo.
Yeah.
And then he drops the cell promo.
You know, that's actually a pretty good card, though, if you think about it.
Yeah.
That could be a card they might have sideboarded in, was the Chilling Terror. That stops your, like when your opponent awakens, they don't draw the cards. That would actually be an awesome, because especially if you like cell combo into that, it's like you can awaken, but you're not going to get your cards back.
Yeah, you're not going to get it back.
Good tech.
So 4 to 5 here, and then you know one side has a cell, one side doesn't. So we're going to see how this works out for the.
Yeah, this is the promo trunks. I mean, this is a promo cell, which is when it comes into play, you can take a card out of your life, and if you do, your opponent has to discard a card. So 20,000 double striker.
Peel off.
Peel off to turn off the double strike. Nice. I love this. This is my boy right here.
Yeah, you love this card. You love it so much. And it's so good here.
Yeah.
Because he attacks, he gets to take it, go to 4, right?
Yeah,
he just went to 4.
Yep.
And now he gets to awaken.
Yes, sir.
10:30. Registration is right outside.
Wow, that was a lot better than I was thinking it would be. Ooh, another cell birth. Oh, man. Do you see a cell in his hand?
I don't see a 3-drop cell.
Like the little cell? So I get to draw 2.
Putting 7-drop cell in.
I saw a counter, and then big cell.
7-drop cell, yeah. So he's just trying to fish that 3-drop cell is what he wants.
Yeah.
Or 5-drop. Even 5-drop's okay. I mean, you don't get the kill, but you can at least get up to your 7.
Sure. So he's swinging in with the leader.
Playing out trunks. Drawing a card.
So he's comboing in.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to put David at 3 life here. I think he's literally.
Oh, he's got that chopper, but it doesn't have any mana to.
I think he's just trying to dig for that cell with this attack.
You think so? He's just like.
Which he just drew.
He just drew. He just drew baby cell.
Yep.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, I've done that before, looking for hit or lightning fast hits in an opponent. I'll just dump my whole hand. He's just.
He's really want to get his opponent to 3.
Yeah, he's like, go to 3.
Apparently, he thinks he might be able to defeat his opponent next turn.
All right, so he got what he wanted, I guess.
Got the 3. David's like, okay, that's a lot of cards. Can't
I like it.
Which I like. I mean, honestly, it makes sense in the mirror to be more aggressive with your cards because you know David could just drop a 7-drop cell here. At least you got value out of those cards.
Yeah.
For that reason. So it's actually really cool to see.
Yeah, maybe that's probably what it was. He was like, I need value out of these cards, and I don't want to ditch them, and that's exactly what's about to happen to him. It looks like. So again, just they know what they're doing.
Right. Oh yeah, they definitely know. You can tell these players are definitely masters of the cell match, and the fact that they're in the top 16 isn't a coincidence.
Right. So he gets to play mid-tier cell, get ultimate value out of it, kill a card, draw a card.
Yep. And we'd like to believe the 7-drop's coming out here, but we'll see. Maybe David doesn't have it. I feel like that's, or does it have a 18? But pretty unlikely.
I mean, yeah.
Since we saw him actually searching out with Doctor, I think.
And he could awaken right now, and
yeah. There it is. So David didn't forget he had it, so there it is.
So there we go.
Go down to 3. Looks like he's keeping Champa in hand. I like that.
Let's see what he keeps. He's debating.
He has the baby cell in hand, I'm pretty sure. Those are 3 he's going to keep.
It's a big cell, an android, and something in the middle I didn't get to see. So
like
he has a counter.
Yeah, he kept Champa and
Whis' Coercion.
3-drop cell, and probably one of the androids, probably like 17.
Was a Whis' Coercion in the middle of the 2? There was an android, something in the middle of Big Daddy cell that he just dropped in the graveyard. So unsure of what he kept. Maybe when he picks up his hand, we can get a little sneak peek in there.
A little sneak peek.
See what's up. A little peek.
All right.
I mean, at this point, both on his opponent's turn, David's opponent's turn, he's going to be able to kill the big cell with his leader's cell.
Well, that's true. That's true. I'm pretty sure. Actually, if he does have a counter, it would be really good against the cell because you can just counter it and then kill its leader and then just like continue. But no counter, so we have 18 coming out here as a combo piece.
Taking 2, going to 2, which is
I'd
scary. Oh, yeah, he gets to attack with the leader 2, and he's
remember we did
pumping into it.
access to Champa possibly.
He does. Well, yeah, he has mana open. This could be it if he has Champa. I'm scared.
Champa.
Is Champa?
I don't think Champa's in his hand.
Yes, it is, because he's going so hard.
No.
Wow.
Two
Double Champa. I don't think Champa's in his hand. We both say that, and then we see 2 Champas. That's it. I think that's it.
David's like cute. Watch this. Game.
And that is game. David taking
awesome.
it over his friend. If they are riding in the same car, it's going to be awkward.
It's gonna be rough. if I was Dairon, I would definitely rip up all the Champas I see. I'll just really walk around taking those out. All right, guys. So that is the first round of top 16. Also, sorry we didn't catch the first game. I mean, again, it started so fast. These players, like, they knew what was going on. They thought they would sit down and have to figure some stuff out. We were getting
stuff out, get everything done, and they just like blazing fast speed. As you can see, the games went extremely fast.
Extremely fast, yeah.
They got what they needed done there.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, so again, remember, ask questions at KitchenTableMeta in the chat, and we'll do our best to answer a couple questions for you. Actually, might try to get maybe David or something on the chat, maybe on the stream, let him come in and talk a little bit about the deck, talk a little bit about the matchup. So we'll see what we can do.
It's just so crazy to see Champa. Like, again, this is an aggressive style of sell. It's not what you're used to seeing. So when you play against this, you're not expecting. They were, but in the future, if they haven't looked at the deck lists that have been made public, they are not going to be ready for that.
Oh my gosh, no, there's no way. I mean, because it actually makes so much sense, because essentially discard their hand down, and then you use the combo power that you've accumulated to finish out games.